My name is Deepti. I am an international mathematics teacher with over 17 years of experience. In this video, I will cover the entire topic in details. So stay tuned till the end. Thank you. So fraction is, now today's topic is fraction. So fraction numbers, as we have already learned, are classified into natural and whole numbers. We already learn it, okay? Now we have learned the concept of factors, multiples, prime, composite numbers, and even odd numbers. Everything we learn it, right? Moving ahead in the journey of numbers, we now come to the fractions. Now the word fraction is derived from the Latin word, Latin word, what word? Latin word factio.
Oh, right. We do have a test on fractions tomorrow.
Oh, so fractio means, what is the meaning of fractio? Fractio means, which means breaking. Fractio means breaking. This is the meaning of fractio, and fractio is the Latin word, and the word fraction is derived from the Latin word. So this is the introduction of fraction. Is fraction is what? Now, often in life, we have situations that demand sharing, right? For instance, one chocolate bar to be shared equally between two siblings, okay? And so on. In such case, each sibling will get it up. This is the chocolate. Hmm. So, in such cases, each sibling get one part of the whole. No distribution would be fair if the parts are unequal, right? Therefore, each sibling should get one out of two equal parts, right? Out of two equal parts. So, fractions are numbers that represent a part of a whole. They represent a part of a whole. Part of a whole, a fraction is written as from numerator upon denominator. N stands for numerator. So N stands for numerator and D stands for denominator. While dividing a whole object into several parts, we have to first determine the number of parts required. Divide the whole object or number, as the case may be, into that many parts before picking out the required number of parts. So this is the, how many parts we have? Total we have 5 parts of chocolate bar. If we have to share these 10 parts between two siblings. So every sibling, every child will get a half of 2. So total is 10. So if we write it in the other way around, so you can write it 5 over 10, because total 5 are shaded out of 10 because a part of a whole. So part is 5 and whole is 10. So 5 over 10. When you simplify it, you will get 1 over 2. That means yes. What? Each sibling get one part of the whole, right? No distribution would be fair if the parts are unequal. So each sibling should get one out of two equal parts. This is the concept. I will give you more example on. So the fraction is, a fraction is a part of a whole, and and You can write it in other way. And this whole may consist of a single object or group of objects. Group or collection of objects, you can write it. Collection of object. Now, in fraction, fraction always be written as capital N. N stands for numerator. D stands for denominator. And numerator, what explain it? It tells the number of parts we have. Number of,
1 minute I think.
okay. Number of parts we have. And denominator, see, what is numerator? It tells number of parts we have, and denominator tells the total parts in a whole. The total parts in a whole. So you can write it in any way. Okay? So both are the explaining in a very well manner. Now, second thing, how you will read it? Suppose you have 3/5, for example. How you will read the fraction, okay? So you can read in three ways. The first is numerator upon denominator. I'm not this one, first this one. Numerator upon denominator. The second variation is how you can read it, numerator by denominator. And the third is numerator out of denominator. In the whole world, you can read in these three, or numerator over denominator, you can read only 3-4 ways. Okay? Apple or pizza? What is your favorite food?
Pizza.
So, see, if you divide a pizza, this is the pizza, right? If you divide a pizza equally between two person, each person get half pizza, right? Each person get half pizza. Then what will be the fraction of this?
1/2.
1/2, right? One of the two equal parts of the pizza. One of the two. The same pizza, if I divide it into three equal parts and we are dividing into 3%, then each person will get it. How much pizza? Slice.
1/3 of a part.
1/3, right? Correct. 1/3. Same pizza I am dividing into 4% equally. Then what will be the,
1.
if one divided, if you divided between 4%, each person get 1/4 pizza, and so on. This process is going on. Same pizza you can divide it into 2%, 3%, 4%, 5%, and so on. So quantities such as these represent a part of a whole are called a fraction, right? Because it's always remember in the fraction always be denoted by uh, P over Q. Okay? I mean, P is a numerator, Q is the denominator. But very important part in this, Q should not be 0. Q may be any number, means denominator may be any number, but it must not be 0. Okay? 2 over 5, 2 over 7, anything. But denominator should not be 0 in any case. Okay? A fraction cannot have 0 in the denominator is said to be a undefined, such as a fraction. If denominator is, suppose your denominator is 0 in any case, 2 over 0. So this is not defined fraction. Okay? Got it?
I hope you are enjoying the video so far. If you find it helpful, please give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed yet, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. If you have any query or needs practice question, please do let me know in comment.
Now, fraction is need not always represent one of the parts of a whole. How? See, 3/4 you done it, 5th, 6th you done it. Now I am giving the other example. Suppose this is the now tell me the fraction of this.
1 report.
Yes, that's correct. Because this 4 out of 4 all are shaded, right? But here only 1/4 is shaded, right? So how you can write it? You can write it 5 over 4 or you can write it 1/4. It's like a mixed fraction, right? So this is the other variation. It's not be a, it's a part of a whole. Now we have a different variation. Now suppose we have a collection of, now this is one object, okay, example. Now I am giving the collection of object, how it's considered as a fraction. Now suppose you have a collection of 20 stamps. Right? In this 20 stamps, you divide it into 4 equal groups. Then, how you will divide it into 4 equal groups? Can you do that? Now I am shaded and you have to divide it into 4 equal groups. What would I do?
Which 5 in each group.
Yes, so 1/4 of 20 stamps, right? 1/4 of 20, because see, 1/4 of this, 1/4 of this, 1/4 of this, 1/4 of this, 1/4 of this. So 1/4 of 20, and you know it, of meaning is in mathematics is multiplication, right? So 1/4 of 20 stamps means you will be simplify, so you will get 5 stamps, right? See, this is easy, so you can do it easily directly on the board. But sometimes the collection of objects are many, 100,000, you will see in the geometry. We'll do in the graph and all. So there is a many collection of objects. That time this method will work. Okay, this 5 stamps You just see the shaded part and give the answer, but not necessary for the odd, right? So fraction is a part of a whole, and this whole may consist of a symbol object like pizza, I have given the example, or a group or a collection of object. This is also explaining the fraction. Okay? Understood the concept? So see, 4 over 5, right? 4 is the numerator, 5 is the denominator, is a fraction, okay? But how you will be write it? It is state that as 4, how you will write it? 4 fifth, th. Th always stand for the denominator, th. Suppose 3 over 6. So how you will write it? 3 sixth, th. th, 3 sixth. Okay. If 5 over 7, 5 by 7. So how you will write it? 5 seventh, th. In denominator, we use it th in for denominator. Same thing we will do it in the decimal part. We will write it th in the decimal part. I explain it in the decimal topic. So this is the reading. 4 fifth, 3 sixth, 5 seventh, and so on. So now I'm explaining the classification of fractions. The first classification of fraction is proper fraction. What is it? Proper fraction is when numerator is less than the denominator, we call it a proper fraction. Okay? A fraction whose numerator is less than its denominator is called a proper fraction. And one more thing, when the same thing, proper fraction, when we represent on the number line, the proper fraction lies between, write down, very important thing, between 0 to 1. So proper fraction area is on the number line is 0 to 1 only. Not less than 1, not you will go beyond 1. Very important for the this. So if we represent a proper fraction on the number line, then it will always lie between 0 to 1. Now, come to the example. Proper fraction, 4 over 5. How? 4 is the less than of 5, right? So, it's a proper fraction. According to the definition, numerator be less than its denominator, right? So, 4 over 5, 3 over 7, even big number we can take it. Suppose 101 over 120. Any negative number. Suppose we when we learn the integers, so negative 4 over 7. So there are many like this, okay? So numerator, because 4 is less than the denominator. 3 is less than its denominator. 101 is less than its denominator. Negative 4 is less than its denominator. So these are called the proper fraction. Understand? The second classification is improper fraction. Right? So improper fraction is a fraction whose numerator is greater than the denominator and numerator is equals to the denominator. Both will come in this category. Definitely, and if you are comparing two numbers, definitely it may be a lesser, it may be a greater or equal also, right? So equal category we need to put it any place. No? So we have
That
ratio. Now,
if the numerator is equal to the denominator, isn't that technically a whole number?
yeah, whole number, but it will be a categorized into the improper fraction. Okay. For example, I am giving the examples. Now, first number line. Number line is whenever you will if we represent improper fraction of, it will always 1 onwards, 1 to infinite on number line. 0 to 1 is the proper fraction. 1 onwards is the number line. This sign is infinity sign. So you can write it endless. Okay? Endless. So whenever we do the question, you will understand the concept. And yes, so all these fractions lies to the left of 1 as they are a less than 1, which is comes under proper fraction. 1 onwards is a improper, because 1 is. Now come to the examples. So example is 7 over 5. See, numerator is greater than its denominator, right? 25 over 12. Numerator is greater than its denominator. Then big number 181 over 62. Then same number 3 over 3. 7 over 7. Like we already learned it. Numerator is equals to the denominator. That is also called a improper fraction. One more type is here. Suppose single number is here. Okay. When single number we will convert into the fraction. So you will write it 5 over 1. Isn't it? Yes or no? Now this is again categories of this. Why? Because 5 is greater than its denominator. So the single number also comes under improper fraction. Very important, there is a very depth of the fraction categorized. So numerator is less than the denominator, only one category will come in the proper fraction, but other all comes under improper fraction. Equals to denominator is a proper improper fraction. Even numerator is greater than its denominator, then it's improper fraction. Single number is also comes under improper fraction. Suppose the single number 39. In many questions you will see it, okay, in the further study. 39, we have the single number, we need to convert it to fraction. So how you will write it? 39 over 1. And 39 over 1 is again improper fraction. Got it? So the third category is mixed fraction. A mixed fraction is the combination of natural number and a combination of natural number and I'm writing numerator. Natural number and proper fraction. How? Suppose 1 3 over 4. So you can write it 1 plus 3 over 4, right? So 1 is a natural number, okay? 1 is the natural number and 3/4 is a proper fraction. And the other higher grade concept is a fraction which consists of a natural number and a proper fraction. The natural number is an integral part. The other name of this is it integral part. This you will understand in the higher grade, but I explain it because in many schools they are using in a very early grade. So integral part is also a natural number, okay? In easy language, we can say that it's a natural number, but it's an advanced math. The word is changed, which is integral part. Now, the proper fraction is, while the proper fraction is the fractional part. The other name is fractional part. Why we call it a fractional part? Because it's in a fractional way, right? And this is in the single number. So we call it a natural or integral part. Okay? Understood the category? So, and how you will represent in the pictorial graph? 1 is 1. So 1 is, suppose here is a square. Here is also a square. And if the whole square is shaded, you can say that it's a 1 and there is a 3 part are shaded. So it's a 3/4, right? Yes. So this is 1. 1 is 1 because 4 over 4 will give it 1. And here is 3 over 1. So 1 plus 3 over 4, or you can write it 1, 1/4, 3/4, sorry. 3/4, right? So this is the pictorial representation of mixed fraction. So mixed fraction, you always get a two. If we have the mixed fraction, then definitely you will get the two figures. Okay, 2. Suppose here is 2, so you will get 3 figures. So according to the number of natural number, it will change. Okay, understand what is the name of the mixed fraction? The fourth classification is like fraction, as the name is like. And you know, the fraction is, the king of the fraction is denominator. Everything is depend on the denominator, because see, if denominator is same, then we can add. If denominator is same, then we can subtract. If denominator is same, then easily comparison. Even in ascending, descending, everything is depend on the denominator. Even in the, when you draw on the number line the fraction, then denominator is very important. When we see the denominator, and we are going to give the part of the number. So denominator is everything in the fraction. Okay.
Like,
Hmm.
so a like fraction is two fractions that are the same denominator.
Yeah, two or more fraction with the same denominator. Okay, two or more fraction with the same denominator, we call it a like fraction. Correct. So we can give any example. Suppose 3 over 11, 5 over 11, 7 over 11, 9 over 11. Doesn't matter. Numerator is denominator, numerator is anything, but denominator must be same. So we call it a like fraction. The fifth one is unlike, as name is unlike. So unlike fraction is when denominator is different, we call it a unlike fraction, right? Right? Different denominators. Different denominator. For example, different denominator 5 over 9, 7 over 8, 3 over 4, and 1 over 3. So now we have a. Now check only the denominator. Like, if 3 or more denominators are same, then we call it a like fraction. When denominators are different, then we call it a unlike fractions. Understand? Where we will use it like, unlike? Because if your question given in the unlike fractions, we will convert into the like and then add, subtract, ascending, descending, everything. Without changing the fraction, you can't do the add and subtract. You can't do the ascending and descending order. So this unlike fraction, we will change into the like and then move to the operations. Okay. Multiplication, division doesn't matter. It's a like or unlike. But addition and subtraction, without like, you can't do this addition and subtraction. Second thing, unlike fraction is how you will change the unlike into like, making denominator same. So how you will make the denominator same? By LCM method. Yes, that's why LCM is very important. Now, the next topic is conversion of mixed fraction into improper fraction, right? As you know it, mixed fraction has two parts. The whole number or natural number, you can say that, because generally whole number by I am not considering, because 0 is not part of the mixed, right? So 0 is not considered. So natural number followed by a proper fraction. So the value of mixed fraction is always greater than the 1, right? Because it's something 1, 3 over 4, 1, 2 over 3. 0 we are not considering. 0, 3 over 4 is nothing, right? So we have taken a 1. Start from the 1. So definitely the always be a mixed fraction is greater than 1. And so the mixed fraction is how you will convert it, the mixed fraction into the this one improper. Write down the formula. Improper fraction is natural number into denominator, or should I write it in the short form? Okay, I'm writing in the short form. Then basically natural number times denominator plus plus what? Plus numerator over denominator again. Come to the example. For example, mixed fraction is given 6 4 over 5. How you will convert into the improper? So improper is, this is your numerator, this is your denominator, and this is your natural number. Right?
5 multiplied by 6 plus 4.
Correct. So 5 multiplied by 6. So the next example is 2 3 over 5. 5 times 2 plus 3. So 5 times 2 plus 3 is the numerator, over denominator is same like improper. When conversion of improper fraction into mixed fraction, what you will do, as you know it, improper is numerator is greater than the denominator, right? So whenever we have the question, so you will convert into mixed. So the mixed fraction is, the formula is, or the format is quotient quotient. Quotient means when numerator is divided by the denominator. So, okay, so you will get the quotient, and plus remainder you will write it in the numerator. Okay, remainder you will write it in the numerator, and denominator is your divisor. How? Now come to the example. For example, the question is 5 over 4, right? So you will divide 5 over 4. How you will divide it?
5 is the dividend and 4 is the divisor.
Yes. So 4, 1 times 4 is 1, right? Now always move towards the like this. Okay. So this quotient, the 1 is your quotient, right? 1 is your, okay. So 5 over 4 is 1 over 4. 1 is this one is a quotient, and this one is the remainder, and 4 denominator is 4. So according to the rule, you can see it, right?
Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Please like the videos and subscribe to my channel for more content like this.